Hi guys, Matthew from Your Fidelity here, and welcome to the review of the Meze 109 Pro. That's what I'm gonna call it throughout the video. So, the 109 Pro is an open back dynamic driver headphone, comes in at $800, and it's a very interesting contender at this price range. And yeah, let's see how it stacks up. So, two words about Meze. It's a Romanian company founded by Antonio Meze. Its first headphones are 99 Classics, I believe. They came out in 2015, and later there came about the Empyreans and the Elite, and last year the 109 Pro came out as well. So it's Meze's first open back dynamic headphone, and yeah, I guess we'll see where it all goes next. Let's start, as always, with the unboxing, and it's a very nice experience. You get, apart from the nice box, you get this sturdy leather case. It looks very elegant, pretty luxurious as well, and it's definitely gonna protect your headphones from any damage, whether you travel by a tank or by airplane. Basically, yeah, not only does it look good, but it's also functional, and as you probably already know, this is like my favorite balance in terms of the unboxing experience. Apart from the headphones, of course, inside the pouch are two cables. One is a 1.5 meter and a 3 meter cable. Both are terminated in 3.5 millimeter connectors. And the headphone itself has those 3.5 millimeter connectors here as well. If you pick a different cable for those, whether it's a custom-made cable or just a third-party cable, whatever, be sure to keep in mind that those connectors here are quite recessed. They're pretty deep, and you're gonna have to find a skinny connector for those. So not all cables are gonna fit there. Keep that in mind. Forgot to mention, we also got a snack here. Now let's talk probably some of my favorite things about Meze as a company overall. The comfort, the build quality, and the design. Those are the three things that I've always found Meze to excel at. Whether it's the 99 Classics or the Empyrean, basically no matter the budget, cut hair again. No matter the budget, they're gonna deliver. The headphone itself is made out of metal, wood. This is a leather strap right here on those spring kind of bands, and velour pads. And comfort-wise, nothing to complain about, as it was with the 99 Classics, the Lyric, the Empyrean, and the Elite. I don't think Meze will ever make an uncomfortable headphone at this point. All of them have just excelled when it comes to that. So that's always a nice thing to have, and you can count on Meze to always deliver. Now let's tackle the sound, and let's begin with the bass, as we always do. The bass here is very nicely done, but it could be better extended. The sub bass response is quite skinny there. That's probably one of the only things I would change when it comes to the 109 Pro. However, other than that, I find the bass to be really well done. It's lively and energetic, however, it's not overdone in the dynamics department, which makes it kind of punchy, a little bit proficient in the texture. That's always nice to have. And yeah, if you look for a very strong bass response or a strong punch, then those may not necessarily be for you. However, if you don't, like I don't, then this strikes a very good balance. All throughout the video I'm gonna mention how balanced these headphones are, because there's a very good balance between the relax and fun factor and raw technical proficiency. Let's talk about the mid-range now. It's detailed, it's warm and lush. It's not too warm, so you don't have to be afraid of, you know, sounding sloppy or whatever. I find the mid-range performance to be quite versatile as well. Any vocals, any instruments are gonna sound good. There's no such thing like, you know, male vocals sound good but female don't. No, nothing like that. Basically anything that is the mid-range is gonna sound very good on those. And Yet again, I find it really nice how relaxed those are while not being boring. I think that's like the two things that should be balanced by headphone manufacturers because they don't always get it right. The combination of the mid-range and the bass response, trust me, it makes for a great acoustic, jazz rap especially, listening sessions. Those can just go on for hours. I'm sorry, I'm constantly picking at those pads because I can see pet hair all the time. I'm sorry, Kamil, but he lent me those headphones and he's gonna have to deal with it now. I'm sorry. Any acoustic type of genre, any unplugged session, as I said, jazz rap, anything that's relaxed sounds amazing on those because you have this bit of engagement among this sea of relaxedness. Yeah, overall it's a great balance between a mellow kind of laid back sound signature and very nice technical performance. Now onto the treble. I'm very glad to say the treble isn't recessed in those as much as I have complimented the mid-range and the bass. Those have a very good kind of easy-going treble. It's detailed, it's alive, a little bit sparkly, not too much, and there's no sibilance or pain. It's quite dynamic as well. It's not the focal point of those headphones. I think that goes to the combined presentation of the mid-range and the bass, but I would gladly take this treble honestly because it's again, it's very balanced, it's well done. Now on to the technical performance. What's really nice about those headphones, and probably the most shocking at this price point, is the soundstage and imaging. The soundstage is quite airy. It's large. It's not like HD 800 large or Aria V2 large. Nothing like that. It's just large enough. And with the way the headphones image, it makes for a really non-congested presentation. Nothing is like, claustrophobic, nothing like that. So when you listen to like classical music played live and you need that separation, you need that, big scene, then you're gonna get that here. And I think for that type of music, this headphone, I believe, is just tailored for relaxed listening. The dynamics of this headphone are very pleasant. They excel the most at mid-range and the bass. The treble is not too dynamic, it's not too kind of in your face. Of course, it's well done, but as I've mentioned numerous times in this video, the combined presentation of the mids and the bass is just very good. And yeah, I have nothing to complain about when it comes to that. When it comes to sound overall, tonality combined with the technical performance, we have a really good implementation of this little bit warmer sound signature and a very good technical prowess here. It's kind of amazing how they managed to squeeze all of it into $800. It's pretty insane to me. And yeah, this sound signature works well for music, but it also works well for gaming. Kamil mentions it in his review, which of course I encourage you to read down below. There's a link. He used those for gaming, so I decided to try them out myself. And I have to say, the soundstage, imaging, the dynamics all make for a pretty nice experience, I have to say. Normally you probably wouldn't spend that kind of money on headphones just for gaming unless you're like filthy rich or something, but I found those to be really fun, and I've had fun with those, and I think so would you. Another thing worth mentioning is that you can drive these off of anything basically. They scale very well with the source, but if you don't have the means to buy like a giant tube amplifier for those, which I recommend, then you don't have to worry about, having to give them 50 watts or something like that, because even off my phone they sound pretty good. It's quite amazing. Needless to say, plugging those into like a PC or a basic sound card, it's also going to make them sound good, at least good enough for me. So to sum things up, I've already expressed my disbelief when it comes to the price point at which those compete, because this is now to me a #1 contender in the $800 range, and actually quite a bit above that, I would say. This type of sound is reminiscent of Summit Fi headphones to me. I don't really like to call headphones mature in their sound, because that could mean anything, but that's like the only thing I can think about. You really wouldn't expect to try on a pair of $800 headphones and expect them to sound like that. I hope this trend kind of continues onward. I hope we get better and better price to performance ratio, and I think Meze did a really good move with those, because hopefully at least it's going to inspire the competition to do even better. And for now, this is my pick for $800, and yeah, I can't really think of any headphone that provides this kind of sound, or a sound at this level at this price point. And even actually a few $100 upwards, those still stack up pretty well. I don't want to give Meze any ideas, but if you ask me, those could sound a few $100 more and the price would still be justified when it comes to price to performance ratio. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it's been quite informative for you. I hope I've properly conveyed my emotions towards this headphone, because it's quite amazing. And yeah, be sure to try those on if you ever have a chance, because those might blow your mind. I'll just leave you with that. Thank you so much for tuning in yet again, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.